All right, guys. So if you're still here with us in the video, we're now going to talk about, Mando. Today is Friday. It came out like at midnight, and we just wanted to go over this episode really quick. It is a filler episode, so also spoiler warning.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's spoiler warning. If you're watching this, we're going to talk about the episode.
Yeah, it was like an episode 4 filler.
Yeah,
it serves and furthers the plot and helps set up things for the future, but it's not like an episode 2 filler.
Yeah, it's not as actionable. It's not as like cool.
What do you mean actionable? There was
action, but I'm saying compared to last episode, compared to the Ahsoka episode, compared to you're looking at it like, oh, there's action, but it wasn't.
No, there's more action in this than there was in the Bo-Katan episode. Because there was only really action on that ship.
That's true, but my point is like the type of action. It was just like, okay, they're getting chased, and then they literally have this whole the middle of the episode where they're sitting down talking. Mando takes off his helmet.
I thought he was about to kill everyone in that.
He was like, "You've seen my face."
I mean, he technically did, except for Mayfield, but I think that was the most interesting thing about this episode.
Yeah, it shows to see his morality of like
how much he cares about Grogu.
Yeah, he'll do what he has to do, even if it goes against his morals, to do what he can to save this kid.
True father right there.
Yeah, and it wasn't really, like I said, it wasn't as actionable as some of the other episodes, and you can't refute that. That's just true because not all the episodes will be 100% action. But it really didn't do much to set up the next episode.
No, it was just like, now we know where Moff Gideon is.
Yeah,
this is like a trailer for what I think is just going to be a trailer for New Republic Rangers.
But yeah, this episode, it was cool. Like I thought it was pretty interesting, and I felt bad for the people that lived there that were trying to blow it up because they had a legitimate reason.
Oh yeah,
to blow it up. They're like, hey, y'all are on my home world. You're taking our resources, and you're basically like destroying our shit.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because like Mando was like, all right, you know what? I have to kill you.
Oh yeah, he didn't. I mean, he probably is sympathetic, but like we've already seen him break his code for Grogu. I don't think he'd have a problem killing them for.
Yeah, he was kind of just like, hey, y'all are in my way right now. Yeah. You're not gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, he didn't give up.
Yeah, he was killing all the tribesmen.
Bill Burr kind of stole this episode. The comedian who plays Mayfield.
Yeah, he really did. He was kind of like the main character of this episode.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed, and if I was him, I'd milk that fan adoration for him right now to get more screen time in New Republic Rangers.
Yeah, because what we saw from him was the humanity. And if any of you guys don't know, me and Sonny talked about this earlier, the mission he was referencing was from the video game Battlefront 2.
Right, yeah. Where he was talking about all the people and the troopers who died and all their sad families. That's a part of Operation Cinder, which is basically the biggest plot point of Battlefront 2.
Yeah, which was basically for those of you who do not play video games or didn't play Battlefront 2, maybe played Battlefront 1. Iden Versio, the main character, and Hask and Dev were that's the squad. Was it like I don't remember. Phoenix Squadron or Death Squad? It was something. We'll put it on screen. But basically, they were sent to a planet that was pro-Empire, and they basically tested out their own weapons on their own citizens, on their own soldiers. And that's where Mayfield, we see more backstory from him, and that's where we see, hey, this is where he turned and was like, fuck the Empire, I'm done with the Empire. Because he basically lost his friends, he saw the citizens and other soldiers just get murdered by the same regime he supported. Right. So, so again, for those of you who do not know, Operation Cinder's from Battlefront 2, and you see it in Battlefront 2 with Iden Versio, Hask, and Dev.
Oh. Boba didn't waste no fucking time.
Yeah.
This man, it's probably only been maybe 1 or 2 days, and he's already cleaned his armor up, made it painted nice and clean, made it to where it fits him better. His shit looked smooth.
Yeah, that was one of those. I was like, damn,
he was quick.
In the old movies, his stuff wasn't painted, it wasn't new, and I was like, he just got it. He was like, oh, I'm gonna treat you better.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make sure you're good.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And it makes the armor look way better because before it was like, is it even Beskar? Like you
It
couldn't
was
tell.
kind of palish.
Yeah.
And then also that seismic charge that he dropped at the end of the episode.
I thought it was like an EMP. I was like, what is this? And I saw it just freaking obliterate everything. I was like, EMPs don't do that. EMPs do not do that.
I think they're called seismic bombs or seismic charges, and it like literally sucks all the sound and air out, which is why the explosion was so delayed. And that was the fucking coolest thing. I swear to God, if this Boba series isn't real, that's a goddamn shame. Because this man could carry his own show really easily.
Yeah, and that was another thing I wanted to point out to a lot of people. I like how everybody's like against this Mace Windu series, but it's like they keep bringing people back.
I don't think it was a accident that, and I'll show you the picture of it, where at some point in Star Wars Celebration, not Star Wars Celebration, the Disney Plus Investors Call, Mace Windu is kind of front and center. He's actually one of like the biggest people on the screens, and you can see the Mandalorian there. And it's like, why is he front
When
and
he's
center
not even relevant
at the moment?
Yeah.
So
So for all of you there, there's still hope for Mace Windu. I know there's tons of people out there that are like, hey, we're done with Mace Windu.
I'll put it to you this
whatever.
way: to all y'all talking shit in the comics, all y'all talking shit in the comments. If fans want Mace Windu and Samuel Jackson wants to do Mace Windu, why wouldn't Lucasfilms do a Mace Windu series?
Exactly.
It's easy money, and you get more, and you get more good PR, and kind of get to push away all the bad from the sequel trilogies.
Exactly. They literally did not necessarily kill him. We've seen Luke get his hand off. We've seen Anakin get his hands cut off.
Look, he fell
out of a building, but we've seen
Darth Maul.
We've seen
Vader get burned by
We've
lava.
seen Palpatine get thrown, literally just chucked by Vader. We've seen so many characters just in Clone Wars alone, Jedi alone, doing stuff like that, just jumping out of skyscrapers.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
For any of those people out there who still think, hey, it's not going to happen, it's still a possibility.
Someone could save him. Someone could still use the World Between Worlds. And also, once again, the logo for Ahsoka looks like it has the World Between Worlds in the background of it.
Dude, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to finish off this. I want to get back to the Mando real quick. But prediction, to finish off the Mando.
Predictions? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping I'm a little bit wrong about this because it could be cool, but at the moment, I don't necessarily want Lucasfilms to do this because they could lose control of it and just go run amok with it. And what I'm talking about is it seems like there's little subtle things that could hint that Din is force sensitive once again. So like maybe a Jedi won't come to help him, and he's really and Moff Gideon's about to take away Baby Yoda, and at the end of the very end of the episode or something like that, he reaches out.
But he has no training.
Doesn't matter. That emotion,
that
emotion and the anger.
He turns into a Sith.
He reaches out to Baby Yoda, and he just comes flying in his hands, and he just like doesn't ask him questions, like just leaves.
He's like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah. But if that happens, I mean, he could be the new Tar Vizsla. Maybe he's a descendant of Tar Vizsla.
There's a lot that we don't know about him. We just know like he was a
orphan in somewhere where super droids attacked and the droid army attacked.
Yeah, it doesn't really specify, and especially they were protected by Mandalorians. Like it could have been.
Yeah, Death Watch came in, which is crazy, and that's also another thing I want to talk about. So, Death Watch members in Clone Wars and in Rebels don't give a taking off their helmets. So I think that's a new. I mean, it seemes like it's a relatively.
It could be a subsect of Death Watch.
I think it is, but I think it was also a new thing that they did at a survival, because in season 1 they were. I'm pretty sure they say something to the effect of, no more than one Mandalorian goes above ground from like his entire covert, essentially, from his clan that he was living with before. And I think they did that. They do it purposely to just make it look like, oh yeah, Mandalorian's just one. It looks like this one Mandalorian just has a ton of armor, and it's ambiguous to how many there are.
Yeah, and you probably won't pay that much attention to the guy, especially when he got his new shiny armor. They pay attention, but like before, It was just like, hey, he had the helmet, and everything else was not really, brand new Beskar.
Right.
But there's like predictions for the next episode. Do you think they're gonna save baby Yoda Grogu? Do you think me personally, for all y'all out there, I think they're not gonna save him, and I think it's just gonna be a massive cliffhanger for season 3.
Yeah, I think either they leave it on a massive cliffhanger or they leave it to where it's like you want to know more, and that could be
That is a cliffhanger.
not necessarily. Like it could be, like Luke just comes in out of nowhere, or Ezra comes in out of nowhere, saves them, and then just they get in his X-wing and jet off, and Boba's with them, and like they end it there, and you're gonna be like, well, now I have questions. Where'd Luke come from? That's not. Oh, yeah, that's kind of a cliffhanger.
It is.
Yeah, it's cliffhanger.
Luke and Ezra will not be in this. I will put
man.
money on that because I know for a fact we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see any Jedi. The only person we would see in this season is Ahsoka. She's the only one who could potentially come because we've seen her. They're not gonna be like, oh, so now we're introducing Luke. But then we didn't talk about a Luke series in the Investors Day. They're not gonna do that. They wouldn't drop a bombshell in an episode when they could have just did it for their investors, which the investors would make them more money. It just doesn't make sense. So we're not going to see Ezra or Luke. We're not going to see Mace Windu. We're not going to see any Jedi come save him. It just doesn't make sense.
I don't think
Unless
it's
they have a plot in the beginning of the episode that shows him putting together a team where he's like, Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, I need y'all. Everybody.
I think if anyone shows up to save him, it's Bo-Katan, just because she's out to get Gideon.
Yeah, that's it. That's really it. Other than that, I think it's just gonna be.
I feel like he's gonna get fucked up in this episode, though.
Nah, I think we're just gonna see.
I don't think it's gonna end well.
We'll see.
In general. Or if it does end well, it'll be because like some random MacGuffin, like, oh, it turns out he's actually force sensitive.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think it's just gonna be like he's gonna put a team together. He's gonna go find them. They're gonna fight, and then something is gonna shock the hell out of us. We're gonna be like, oh my god, and it's gonna be gone, and then we're not gonna see it for another year, and then it's just gonna be speculation at that point.
Yeah, next season comes out. They said in the investors call. I think it was this Christmas 2021.
When does the next Star Wars?
What do you mean?
Which Star Wars series is coming first?
Next, I believe, is Bad Batch, and it should be coming within the first half of 2021. I want to say around March or April, but
okay. Well, my whole thing is I just want content throughout the year of Star Wars, because especially when the trilogies were coming out, we didn't really have a lot.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, oh, you gotta wait 2 years.
Dude, it's not. That's never gonna be a problem anymore.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I'm hoping that through this year, not only will we have Bad Batch, but we'll also have another series in the middle, and then we'll have Mandalorian at the end. My whole point is I want to see stuff throughout the year that keeps me intrigued and like interested in being like, I want what's next in Star Wars. What's next in Star Wars?
Because that's literally what it's like for us Marvel fans.
Yeah, Marvel.
Each show is supposed to be about 6 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 6 series that they're trying to get out this year. 4 of them are absolutely going to get out this year.
Yeah.
So that's somewhere between 24 and 36 hours of content, and you get 1 episode a week.
Yeah.
And then combined with all the Star Wars stuff that's supposed to come out, which is just like, oh, we're chilling. We're good to go.
Yeah. But go ahead and if you're watching the clip, go ahead and comment down below what you guys thought about our predictions and what we just thought about the overall episode. And if you're watching the full podcast, we're going to go ahead and move on to some more information for you guys.